Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone in the universe? This question has intrigued humanity for centuries, sparking countless debates, theories, and more than a few late-night trips to the backyard with binoculars. Today we're diving into the world of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. A world filled with mystery, suspense, and enough plot twists to make a Hollywood screenwriter blush. Beyond the realm of science fiction, there exists a plethora of documented encounters that have left even the most skeptical minds scratching their heads. We'll be counting down the top 10 most compelling and bewildering UFO encounters ever reported. We'll delve into the stories that have defined our search for extraterrestrial life. Prepare yourself for a journey through the most compelling UFO encounters ever reported. Let's kick off our countdown with a mass sighting that left thousands baffled: the Phoenix Lights. On the evening of March 13, 1997, a series of lights, forming a V-shape, graced the skies above Phoenix, Arizona. These weren't your average shooting stars, folks. No, these lights moved in a formation, slowly and steadily across the night sky. Thousands of eyes turned upwards, each one questioning the spectacle unfolding above. This wasn't just a case of mistaken identity either. The official explanation: military flares. But those who bore witness would tell you, these were no flares. They moved with an eerie purpose, a choreographed dance in the darkness. And then, as suddenly as they had appeared, they vanished, leaving behind a city of wide-eyed wonder and speculation. So, were they flares or were they visitors from another world? We may never truly know. Coming in at number 9 is a close encounter of the British kind, the Rendlesham Forest Incident. Now picture this. It's December 1980, in the chilly heart of Suffolk, England. Rendlesham Forest is as silent as a secret. Until it isn't. Suddenly the quiet is shattered by bright lights and strange sounds. A few brave military personnel from nearby RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge venture into the woods, driven by curiosity and duty. What they find is nothing short of extraordinary. They describe an inexplicable metallic object, humming with a power that seems otherworldly. The forest air is thick with the unknown, and the palpable pulse of something alien. Investigations ensue, of course. The British Ministry of Defence steps in, but their conclusions are as clear as a foggy London morning. They find no threat to national security, which is comforting, I suppose, unless you're the one meeting extraterrestrials on a midnight forest stroll. This forest mystery remains unsolved, even today. Our countdown presses on with the intriguing Belgian wave, a remarkable encounter that unfolded from the tail end of 1989 up until the dawn of 1990. An overwhelming number of sightings of triangular-shaped UFOs sparked a frenzy in Belgium. The accounts frequently describe these colossal apparitions adorned with bright lights at every vertex. Despite their best efforts, the Belgian Air Force found themselves outmatched, unable to intercept these elusive entities. This peculiar interaction still fuels discussion and conjecture to this day, compelling us to question, to wonder, and to cast our gaze upwards. From the Belgian skies, we now journey eastward to Iran's capital, Tehran, in the year 1976. For our next encounter, we delve into a high-stakes airborne dance, a tango in the Tehran sky. In the early hours of September 19th, the Iranian Air Force received multiple calls from concerned citizens, reporting a bright, star-like object hovering in the sky. 2 F-4 Phantom II fighter jets were swiftly dispatched to investigate. As they approached the mysterious object, they found their navigation and communication systems suddenly and inexplicably malfunctioning. The pilots reported the object's uncanny ability to accelerate and change direction at phenomenal speeds, far beyond the capabilities of any known craft at the time. As the jets attempted to engage, the UFO reportedly deployed a smaller object, which headed straight towards them, prompting them to initiate evasive maneuvers. After a tense standoff, the UFO and its smaller counterpart retreated, disappearing into the night, leaving the pilots and the Iranian Air Force baffled and awestruck. This encounter continues to be a subject of intense debate and speculation. Let's turn back the clock to the early 1940s, to an event shrouded in mystery and controversy. In the early morning hours of February 25, 1942, Los Angeles was plunged into chaos. The city's anti-aircraft artillery opened fire on a large, slow-moving object hovering in the sky above. For over an hour, the object was subjected to intense bombardment, but it seemed impervious to the onslaught. The military initially dismissed the incident as a false alarm triggered by war nerves. However, they later claimed it was a weather balloon. This explanation failed to convince many, as the object had withstood a barrage of anti-aircraft fire without any apparent damage. Decades later, the incident was re-evaluated and it was suggested that the object was an unidentified aircraft, adding fuel to the speculative fire. The Battle of LA, as it's now known, is considered one of the most substantial early UFO sightings, and it continues to stir debate and speculation. Whether it was a weather balloon, an unidentified aircraft, or something more extraterrestrial, the incident leaves us with more questions than answers. At number 5, we have an encounter resulting from a crash in Roswell, New Mexico. In the year 1947, a curious object descends from the heavens, colliding onto a ranch. The military intervenes rapidly, initially labeling it as a flying disc. However, they swiftly revised their statement to a mere weather balloon. But the whispers had already launched. The Roswell incident, a crash that sparked a legend, has eyewitnesses claiming to have spotted extraterrestrial bodies scattered amongst the debris. Fueling one of the most long-lasting UFO myths in history, this incident begs the question, what secrets are still out there, waiting to be unveiled? From the desert to the woods, we've covered UFO sightings in various locales, but what about a bustling international airport? That's exactly where our next encounter takes place. In November 2006, at the O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, one of the busiest airports in the world, a disc-shaped object was reported hovering over the United Airlines gate C-17. Several airport employees, including pilots, mechanics, and managers, witnessed the metallic saucer-like object that defied the laws of physics with its sudden vertical ascension, punching a hole through the cloud cover. The FAA dismissed the reports as a weather phenomenon, but the witnesses remain adamant about what they saw. The O'Hare Airport sighting, while not as widely publicized as some, brings us face to face with a chilling question. If such a sighting can occur at a place as busy and monitored as an international airport, then where can it? As we move on to our next encounter, keep this question in mind. Next, we take to the skies with Japan Airlines Flight 1628. In November of 1986, the crew of a Japan Airlines cargo flight en route from Paris to Tokyo reported an unusual sight. For several minutes, two unidentified objects tailed their plane over the Alaskan skies. The captain, Kenju Terauchi, an experienced flyer with over 10,000 hours of flight time, described the objects as being two large, bright lights that maneuvered unlike any aircraft he had seen before. The objects were also confirmed by ground radar, and a military investigation followed. Despite the scrutiny, the incident remains unexplained, leaving us with yet another unsolved puzzle in the vast and mysterious tapestry of UFO encounters. Our number 2 spot takes us to a schoolyard in Zimbabwe, where the children had an encounter of a lifetime. In the year 1994, over 60 schoolchildren in Ruwa, Zimbabwe claimed to have seen a disc-shaped craft land near their playground during recess. Not just that, they also reported seeing alien beings disembark from this craft. The children, ranging in age from 5 to 12, provided eerily similar accounts of the event. They described the beings as small, with slender necks, large, almond-shaped eyes, and wearing shiny black suits. Some even claimed to have communicated telepathically with these beings, receiving messages about humanity's environmental negligence. In the aftermath, Harvard psychiatrist Dr. John Mack traveled to Zimbabwe to interview the witnesses. His findings were startling, as he could find no evidence of fabrication or manipulation among the children's accounts. The Zimbabwe school encounter remains one of the most compelling cases in UFO history. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, our number 1 UFO encounter, the Tic Tac UFO. In 2004, off the coast of California, Navy pilots witnessed an object that defied all known laws of physics. This wasn't your typical saucer-shaped UFO, no, it was oblong like a Tic Tac. Imagine that, a cosmic candy. The pilots described it as a white object hovering then darting across the sky at impossible speeds. What's more, there's footage to back up their claims, grainy black and white images that are as intriguing as they are inconclusive. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The Pentagon, yes, the official US Department of Defense, acknowledged the incident and even released 3 videos of unidentified aerial phenomena. That's a big deal, folks. This encounter, shrouded in mystery, has sparked countless debates, theories, and renewed interest in ufology. And there you have it, our top 10 UFO encounters that continue to baffle us. The universe holds a plethora of secrets, and these encounters are just the tip of the interstellar iceberg. Each story, each encounter, is a piece of the grand puzzle that is our cosmos. We hope you've enjoyed this cosmic roller coaster ride as much as we have. If you're as fascinated by these encounters as we are, hit that subscribe button and join us for more unexplained countdowns.